Hi, welcome to Active Bryant Systems. Thank you for coming to my website today. Get the body and fitness you want, a holistic approach, and ask me any questions you like. This video is all about, please subscribe. This video is all about how to sell gold standard packages in your personal training business with no problem. So I've got 10 top tips in which you need to use in which to be able to get somebody to sign up for your top package. So my top package is £200 an hour. The client has to book at least 50 sessions up front. Otherwise, I will not entertain working with them. So the first thing you need to do, number one, is that you need to ask the client what type of job they do. So if they're a nurse, they might not have the funds in which to pay you £200 an hour, especially if they want to see you twice a week. That would be £400 a week. Most nurses are on that amount of money. So really important tip number one is find out what job your client does, so then you can work out roughly what income they have. Okay. The next one, tip number two, is asking what their dreams and their goals are. So if their goals are to lose 20 pounds in 2 weeks, then you know that that's not realistic. So you can use your skill in which to tell them what works and what doesn't work. But be careful. Don't give out too much information in the phone consultation, because many people are doing this now in which to get your time for free. So only give them a minimum amount of stuff. Okay. So you found out what type of client they are and what type of job they do. There you've asked them what their goals are. Now you need to ask them, where are they? So do they want you to travel to them, or are they going to travel to you? I recommend getting all clients to travel to you, because you don't get the hassle of, I get stuck on the tube or on the bus or something like that, and I could end up missing a session, and that could really affect whether that client's going to carry on working with you. So really important that you find out whether they want to meet you at the gym or whether they want home training. Remember that home training always costs more, because you have to bring your own stuff unless they've already got it there. Okay. Tip number 5 is, how long are they willing to commit to? So if somebody says to me, I only want to do 6 weeks, then I know that I can't sell them the gold package. Or if they only want to train for 6 weeks, I will charge them a lot more, because I know that they're not going to be congruent and stick with it. But sometimes a client might say, well, I'll give you a try, and if I like you, I'll stay for longer. So I've had clients do that. They always end up staying for longer, because I always offer a great service. Okay, number 6. What do they really want? And if it's just fat loss, it's just bog standard stuff, then you give them a bog standard program. But if it's much deeper stuff, then you need to sell them your gold standard package, okay, which mine is £200 an hour, and they need to book at least 50 sessions, a minimum of 50 sessions. If they do more, it might come down. Oh, tip number 7 is listen to what your client is saying to you, or your prospective client. They will always, when they're talking to you, you'll know whether they're really interested, because the ones that are not interested will keep going, what's your price, what's your price, what's your price, what's your price, over the phone without even meeting you. So obviously they've got no interest in working with you, no interest in meeting up with you, because all they'll go is, what's your price, what's your price, what's your price, I want to know the price, even though the price is on your website. And I get this, I've had this a lot this year. I put my prices and packages on the website. I'm still getting calls because they're not even reading the website anymore now. This is how lazy people have come with the internet, which is a real shame, because it would save me a lot of time of me sitting on the phone talking to somebody that has no intention of booking me, just wasting my time. So really make sure that you have all this information on your website as well, so then you can go to that client that you know is going to waste your time and not book you. Say, look at my website, put the phone down. Then you can get on training the real clients that are not wasting your time. Okay, so I said about listening. The more that you listen, the more that client will give you insights whether they're going to really stick it out whether they're looking for a short-term fix, whether they understand it's going to take time, whether they understand it's going to be expensive. It'll all come across in the conversation that you have with them. Okay, number 8 is never see a client for free. And the reason why I say never see a client for free is because every client I've seen for free, apart from one, has never signed up. But when you show that you're a professional business person and that they have to pay for your time for you to meet them, then they will value your time a lot more. So then it's easier to sell the gold package. So what I mean by this is that every trainer, including me, I put free consult on my website. But when you call me, I will say to you, you only get the free consult when you sign up. So what that means is that you pay for my time to travel to meet you, or wherever I am, I meet you. You pay for that time. Then if you sign up, I'll give you a complimentary session to say thank you for signing up and here's your money back, so your time wasn't wasted and my time wasn't wasted. So what I found with using that system is that my time never gets wasted anymore, because that person is thinking, oh dear, I can't get free information out of him. He's charging me for his time, and I need to be really serious and really think about getting into this in-depth program with Scott, me. So I found the last 2 years this has really worked well, because if I go and see a client and they don't sign up, I've still been paid for my day and my time. Now you may be thinking as a trainer, oh well, all the others are doing it for free, so I need to do it for free. In what other profession do they give time away for free? If you see a lawyer, the time starts ticking, the clock starts ticking, as in you got to pay him. If you see the doctor, a private doctor, you got to pay him. If you see a dentist, you got to pay him. If you go and see any other professional in the professions of professions out there, all of them you've got to pay for. You may see a builder for free. There may be some other professions that you may not have to pay for a consultation, but I believe that this is flawed. If you're in business to make money, you need to charge for your consultations. If you don't, you'll be dicked around, you'll be messed around, you'll get highly frustrated, especially if you've got to travel like I have to get to clients to see them in Marble Arch. Number 9 is keep them happy. So if I was doing a gold session with you now, I would be asking you, right, how long do you want to commit to? And you might go 3 months. Okay. What sort of service do you want? Do you want the 50 session service, the basic, or do you want the silver service, or do you want the bronze service, or do you want the gold service? You make up your mind. Remember that Apple has been really successful with phones and computers because they give you different levels of how fast the phone works or how much data it takes on to your affordability. So when you do that with your gold, silver and bronze packages, it enables you to still help clients that are on a low income, but you just don't give them as much because they're not paying you the full rate. Okay, tip number 10, when selling any package really, but the gold package, I believe you've got to sell with love, passion, honesty, care, drive to get the sale, and commitment. So when somebody signs up to meet me, they'll pay £88 for the hour. And then when we sit down for that hour, I'll be talking through the whole process of what we need to cover. Then I'll show them my portfolio of 18 years of working with different clients and getting different success with different people. It always works. Then I show my qualifications because I believe that is important. They need to see that I'm highly educated, so we build trust together. They see over 50 testimonials of people that I've worked with to build more trust and to build more rapport. Okay, so really, really important. If you haven't got a portfolio, you need to do that. It's massively important. obviously I've got 854 videos on YouTube, so that gives me a portfolio. I've got a great website, that gives me a portfolio. The clients that I've worked with have given me a portfolio over the years. So the more you show credibility, the more chance you've got somebody of signing up for 100 sessions at £200 an hour. Now remember that when you're pricing your packages, you need to take into account how you want to live your life. Do you want to have a massage every week? I do. Do you want to eat organic food? I do. Do you want to be able to go to the opera? I do. Do you want to be able to drive a nice car? I don't. But if you do, you need to factor all these costs in to your sessions. Because if you're a basic trainer like many guys out there are, charging 35, 25, £10 an hour in London, this is why these guys won't survive for very long, because they're not offering quality, they're not offering the best. So when you're doing your gold package sale, you need to qualify the client, find out if they're the one for you and you're the one for them, find out what they do for a living, find out the affordability, whether they can afford it or not. They may want to do a direct debit into your bank account. You can always do that. I don't like to do that, because if you do a direct debit, they can stop it at any time and you won't get paid. And you're going to spend lots of time on the internet checking your 27 clients, whether they've all paid you or not. Whereas if you do where they pay you up front, that's in your bank account. You know they can't take it back. You know it's always there. You know that as long as you're not stupid and, say you get £5,000 off a person, you go and buy a new car, and then 6 weeks down the line they're not happy, they want their money back for some ever reason, then you've got to sell your car in which to give them the money back. So don't spend the money until you've done the session. And this is exactly how I work. I do not spend any of the client's money until the sessions are done. And I work out on average what I'm going to earn each week by how many sessions I do each week. Does that make sense? So it's really, really important. But the one massive thing is that you must love what you're selling. So when you love what you're selling, the client feels that and understands that you're really deep and really into what you do. And so they understand why they've got to pay £200 an hour to see you. They understand that your time is precious. They understand that they need to be on time. They understand that they need to be congruent with the program. Now, what you will find is the higher your rate is, the more compliance you get. And its simple reason is rich people value their money more than poor people. Okay? Well, what I mean by that is if your rate is much less than a very high rate, then the client doesn't miss that money as much. So that means that they won't do it as much. And this is what I found time and time again. The more that they pay, the more congruence, the more success I get with the client, because they want to do everything and not argue the toss about what I'm trying to coach them on or teach them on over the time that I'm working with that client. So selling gold packages has been really easy for me. It's not a problem. Once I go through this criteria of when the client calls me up. Now, with some clients, the way I speak on the phone may piss them off and wind them up, but that's a good thing. Because if I'm pissing them off and winding them up on the phone, what are they going to be like when I'm working with them? They're going to be an absolute nightmare. So by using your own personality in which to do your sale, you can wheedle out the people that you don't want to work with. And I'm very selective who I work with. I don't just work with anybody just because they can afford it. If they can afford it and they won't let me talk about poo because I need to talk about poo, then I can't work with them. If I work with a client and they're trying to treat me like a slave, which some clients will do this, then I don't want to work with that type of person. I want to work with the type of person that's willing to listen, that wants to be educated, that wants to do the hard work in which to get the weight off or to get their goal swing better or to get their gut working better because they've got lower back pain or whatever their issue is. I want that client to be instilled in the program and really want to push themselves and do it. So another thing that you can ask, which is tip number 11, is that you can ask the client what scale of 1 to 10 are they committed to. If they say to you, right, they're a 5 and you need a 10, do you really want to work with them? No, I wouldn't. And I've had many people call me and I've said to them, what's your commitment level on a 1 to 10? They've said 4. They've said 5. They've said 6. They've said 7. And I've still said, sorry, I can't work with you. Simply because I know that they're going to be a real nightmare to work with. And I don't really want that stress. If you're seeing, 4 clients a day, by the time you get to the 4th one, you're absolutely knackered and tired. You don't want a client that's winding you up, and a client that when you see him or they're booked in your diary, you're like, oh, I've got to see that client today. You'll want to be working with clients that you really enjoy working with. And lucky enough for me, fingers crossed, all the clients I work with, I really love and enjoy working with. So I always put that extra bit in to help them to get to the next level. So selling high price packages is all about how you feel in yourself. So if you feel happy selling 10 sessions to a client, or 20 sessions to a client, or 30 sessions to a client, that's fine. But you'll find that over time your business will collapse because you won't have enough funds to pay all your outgoings to keep your business going. And I work with a very, very astute, successful businessman. He's a multi-millionaire. And when I said to him, you've got to pay 50, 60, 70 sessions up front, he went, I really like the idea of paying for them sessions up front because I know I've got to commit to you, I've got to keep coming and I can't cancel. And I know from your point of view as a business person that I'm keeping your business afloat, and you're not going to tell me, 3 months into us training together that you've gone bankrupt or that you're having to close down because of there's not enough income coming in. So he totally understood that. So a good business or a good client will understand that you're a business person first and you're a trainer second. They should understand that they need to pay for your time wherever you're traveling to them, and they should understand that they need to pay for your time before you see them. If you're giving your time away for free and you're happy doing that, or you're just in the gym and the client's walking in the door, then that's different. But if you're having to travel to that client, you've got to think about travelling time. If I get a call and somebody's in North London and they want me to train them, I'll say, yeah, I'll train you in North London, but it's going to cost you X amount of pounds for my travelling time, because that time is not covered when I'm travelling to you, when I could fit another client in. If the client don't understand that, then they don't understand business. Or the same scenario I had just this week gone, the client wanted to sign up for their package. So this client said to me, I said to the client, they've got to sign up for a minimum of this amount. And he said, well, I want to do this amount. And I went, well, I run the business. It's my business. You said to me you wasn't skin. You said to me money was okay. So why all of a sudden are you dropping everything and causing a problem? So that put red lights in my mind. So I just said, look, let's forget it. You go and find someone else. So I may lost a big sale, but the way I look at it, I always stay congruent with my core values. So if somebody doesn't pay for me to meet them, I won't work with them, obviously. And if somebody won't sign up for the package that I suggest, if I've got a lower package and they want to sign up for that, that's fine. But if I've not made up that lower package and they want to sign up for like fucking 2 sessions, then forget it. It's a waste of my time. So this is what you need to think about when you're in business. Now, if you're new to personal training, you may find this hard to start off with. And if you need some coaching with me, I'm more than happy to coach you and help you get to the level that I'm at. So thank you very much for listening to this video. I hope it was insightful for you. Please comment and subscribe there. Please like the video and share the video with your friends. If you've got a friend that's struggling with sales, being a PT is very difficult from a point of view. The studying's hard. Keeping your business running is hard. Doing the internet is hard. Getting out in front of people is hard. Doing lectures is hard. Writing a book is hard. None of it is easy. So if you're a personal trainer out there and you're watching this video, you think this is great information, brilliant. But if you think that your job is going to get easier, it doesn't. But I still love it like the first day that I started 18 years ago, simply because it wasn't until I was age 30 that I really found what I really loved doing. You know, I kept walking out of jobs, going like that and not enjoying it. But since becoming a PT, really enjoyable job. That's why I've done, 854 videos. Hopefully by Christmas there'll be 1,000 uploaded, all to help you people out there make your business better and keep not just surviving but thriving in your business. So thanks very much for listening to me today. Hope you've enjoyed it. Be good, be bad, all at the same time. Peace out. Bye.